here by the weekend. Yeah, now I think indicated that, first Thursday, first Thursday of the month, they said it could possibly be until that. Jim wasn't there, Jim Foss was not there too, at the FEM meeting, but, they indicated they may wait until that first Thursday to make it official. But they're reviewing, we gave copies of all that, so.
Well, sure, it was perfect for last all his meeting.
Yeah.
So he's aware of everything.
Yeah, we saw him the night before, and we saw him the next day, so. He's doing pretty good work with it. He's all good. Yeah, they had some questions. There was more questions about logistics. There were some logistics as far as what they're taking out of Effingham. Somebody had indicated that, I don't know if Matt had talked with Bill Ganell or hadn't verbally told them about like the change from RSP to, there's some questions about that, but they were like more concerned about like logistics as far as what's going to happen out at the Effingham station. They kind of liked it. I mean, that didn't sound like they were pretty.
Yeah, I think one of the first inadvertent thinking is well, are they going to close this? That's what those are some things that I heard popping around, stuff. Well, are they going to close that and then make us all everything go to, which in that way you see, even a lot of your rural people, it pushes them to the idea where you better get somebody like Blevins or Graves, whatever it is, and have to haul, and then there's going to be a tipping fee, and your service fee and stuff's going to go up, so. I think Mark Austin, I think he's going to take over, I think he and his wife's going to take over the trash business.
Okay.
That's what now. She's doing all the bookkeeping stuff now, he just said, like he was going to, they were going to be taking over, and we just got talking just briefly about the tipping fee and why it was so fair, and he said, well, he said, to be honest, he said, we've all trashed other counties, and he said, every place we go, we have to pay tipping fee, except here. And I said, well, I understand. I said, it's going to cost you guys a little more, maybe a little more paperwork initially, but I said, it won't, in the long run, it won't, once you get it set up, it won't work. He wants to come up to me sometime, just to, he said, his dad just, he don't want no part, he didn't want to be a part of the whole discussion with Austin, but knowing if he's going to be in this thing for a long time.
They've tried, I know we've tried like several times to try and get him to come out.
I wondered if he does, if his dad completely gets out with Austin, get out of his construction business, and just go into the trash business, because there'd be enough for him to keep him. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. I do appreciate you and Pat that on that, because then you do it after you and stuff,
Yeah,
this time of year, it's just
I was trying to make it all to verify, make sure I'm on the agenda for next city matches. I think Chase has been going along, even the name revitalization, he's saying that to each city. So he came out, he met me out there at Effingham, and then he met Pat out there at Muskota, and then he'll probably be going to Lancaster tonight, and then
let's say Lancaster will sign on, so but he just has to offer it to him.
They were, okay, at Effingham when he presented, they were asking, there were a couple people in the audience too, they were asking questions like, well, why wouldn't they want to do it? It's like, I'd heard there was talk that, somebody on Lancaster City Council was probably going to request, I don't know, Ronnie, I heard someone, Ronnie was interested in talking about it. I don't know, it can't be a whole lot, I wouldn't think it'd be a whole lot out there. There's been some improvements done out there. There was that map that they had. Chase has, with me, but Roger drew up a map of where all revitalization has been done since the beginning. You should see it. It's a pretty nice map. It's we have time to spray it on. We'll go down and have Roger give you that. I don't think he'll print you out that map, but you were seen that? Might be shocked. I think everybody thinks that it's all within, Dillon's here. It's all over. You should see it. It's kinda neat, but it shows you the different colors show you like what's out and what's still in. I think something, so. Well, I don't have anything further. I didn't entertain a motion to adjourn, but,
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn the Haskell County Commissioner meeting of September 10th at 4:11 PM.
I second that. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Josh.
A handful. Half an hour's work for you. Too short time to try to get the leftover ice cream up there after for the next Tuesday meeting.
Okay. What are you doing?
Yeah. You got any favorite flavors?
The only flavor I really don't, I'm not a big peanut butter fan. That's the only one I probably don't
There
like.
was nothing peanut butter thing. One flavor we served down there is called mint chocolate chip. I just cannot stand
Yes, you know
it, but it's very popular.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Sometimes, we get some that's kind of chalky. That's my only thing about that. Shoot, there was one, I figured that was good. Toffee caramel crunch or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's me. When I took this thing over about 6-7 years ago, they were serving 23 different flavors of ice cream.
Right.
And people, they would come there and take 20 minutes to decide what flavor they want. Well, you can't, I mean, that's not good business. I probably would cut it down even more, but it just so happens our dipping cabinets hold 12, basically they hold 12 containers.
Uh-huh.
So that way, we've got 4 dipping cabinets and 2 different lines. That way we've got every flavor in every cabinet, so that when we get really busy, run people through there pretty fast. Kids don't have to go looking from one cabinet to another, what flavor, because they're all the same flavor in every cabinet, so, dipping cabinet, so.
So how many do you have now, like 100?
100 what?
Flavors?
No, we only got 12.
Oh, you did turn it.
Oh, yeah, we trimmed it down. I mean, we had like chocolate Federal, and then chocolate marshmallow, and then Rocky Road. Well, Rocky Road and chocolate marshmallow are almost the same.
Yeah. There's not a lot of difference between some. I bet cookie dough is like 3 coffee orange.
I hate it, how it's kind of dealing with people that come in there. What flavors you got? Oh, that sounds good. And then we'll sample it. Oh, that sounds good. I'll just take vanilla. Gee. We both signed this. Yep. There you go. Thank you. I'm gonna run the rest.
Should I, just hold off on that calling sign, or should I go ahead and sign them since I'm...
Sign, what's that?
Oh, the invoices.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I think we've approved it.
We've approved it, so, yeah, you're good to go, yeah.
speaking for the, that leadership class that they're doing? Are you gonna be a speaker?
No, through the, chamber?
Yeah.
No, I never haven't done anything with that.
Really?
Yeah. Are you doing it this time?
Yeah, I'm trying to go ahead and do it this time.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know, 'cause I know they said they're gonna have people, you know, different leaders and stuff speaking, so I just figured.
They haven't totally said anything to me, but.
Okay, I just figured you gonna be there by default, you know.
Oh, yeah. No, they never have asked me to do that. I don't know who will they get in there for that?
Me, I have no
I'm
idea.
guessing probably somebody from BC would be my guess.
I know the teacher is, John Bunch.
Yeah, he's
And-
up at BC.
Yeah, John Bunch and Elizabeth Wayne.
I don't think I know her.
I don't know.
Huh. No, I haven't heard anything. I've seen they've had that leadership class for quite a few years, I think, or at least the last few years.
Yeah, I knew nothing about it, and then I just kinda got invites up to, you know.
Alright. So there are a lot of people taking that class?
I'm not sure, the first class is tonight.
First class?
Yes, sir. So,
Okay.
we'll see.
Well, it'll be a good time. Should be
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah, hope so. Yes, sir.
Taking a leadership class, the chamber, has a leadership academy,
Oh,
so. And I'm trying to think, how many weeks is that?
It's supposed to be, all year.
Or all year, yeah, okay. I don't know if Chase is coming back, get anything else, or Pat? I think Pat had something for us, didn't he?
I thought he said that, yeah, I left his iPad recently.
Yeah, he said he was coming back. I thought he said he had something for us. So Pat will cover Lancaster. I was at Effingham last week. It was pretty good. There were a few questions. Trying to think of her name, the newest council member.
Yeah, she had to be brought up to speed.
Yeah, she had to be brought up, so we had a pretty good discussion. Leonard didn't really, Leonard moved on and asked a whole lot of questions about it, but, I mean,
But they should be pretty much in agreement, I think, with the basis of everything. And it's probably a good point that be, should, you know, well, particularly if they're not, let's see, I don't think Effingham has an official, I'm not sure they have an official municipal pickup, do they?
I don't know, that's what I asked Pat, and I think even Chase said. Did I hear Pat say something, Muskota does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Why, they just set their trash out, the guy uses a pickup and he just goes, he
Okay.
makes about 3 trips to the dump and that's it.
Okay.
They get charged a monthly,
Is that the municipal service?
Yeah. so.
I don't know what Lancaster, do you know what Lancaster
I
is?
don't think they have, I thought they said they didn't have an official municipal service, that, you know, some people had dumpsters, see, that's what you get into when you, if some people haul their own, of course, they wouldn't be, but if you're Martin's or somebody hauling, they're gonna get assessed a little bit more, so they're gonna be, still gonna be able to rent any quality, but that's gonna be that person's decision, whether they want to use their own gas
Yeah.
to haul the raw.
Yeah, I think Chase and Chris were coordinating, just making sure that all, you know, the amount of the sales tax for every municipality was gonna be covered. I thought,
Yeah.
Chris had said they were trying to look, he thought there might be a couple that they might actually slightly cost a little more than the 41%, but I think they're working out, trying to verify those numbers, but,
I think as we transition, that's why, yeah, probably 1 year wouldn't be bad, but this is what I've questioned, is we just need to look, because here again, once we know a little bit more what the Effingham station costs, where does Lancaster, I mean, I'm gonna guess Lancaster runs all those, most of those people, knowing the Effingham Lancaster situation, they probably take most of those down to the landfill. Now, I can't answer that specifically, but, because if somebody works in Effingham, on certain days, they may take it over there, but that's the one thing that I plan on pointing out to my constituents out there, is now listen, you know, as long as you're not paying a tipping fee out there, you're really not getting too bad a deal, and so, don't be bucking too much on 41% unless you
And I think Nathan said about all these, he says like, he's like, sometimes you'll see in different counties, there's different responsibilities in different counties, so that's the only thing that he had said as far as, he's like, you'll see some stuff that may not look like it would fit you, and he's like, it may not, you know, he said, you're just gonna look at a general overview, but I think he got like 3 or 4.
Well, I have a feeling it's something that if it stays, it'll be 3 years building it at least. Add and subtract in.
Pat, I need to review that solid household hazardous waste plan. That case, that was a question that did come up in solid waste committee, is like, do we really need an engineer to redrafting that, because nobody had seen specifically where it required an engineer.
Well, I think maybe initially, if you get your initial plan up and going, somebody that understood, you know, had a little ingenuity, should be able to figure out when to make modifications, they should be able to sign off on something. I mean, that may be something that the new solid waste manager might be able to, if they got the right credentials to do, maybe one of the requirements. Bill gets back, I think you probably need to address Jim's requests and stuff, to make sure that we're, what he's requesting is a little different than what we had kind of earlier told him, so.
Yeah, so I gotta look and see what. Just trying to put that now.
Well, it's all good. Well, I might have talked about it.
Goes to us.
I see the difference.
There's no data collector with them.
Well, that's what I think needs to be clear, that that was, it's budgeted but not to be billed. But this other was not the case earlier with Wes, the raise on Helen's replacement. We have two different figures here. Isn't this what he sent us earlier? I'm pretty sure this is it. Save current view. And see, this is showing, or this request is showing 75 more there. And this showing that more than what it listed here, so it's inconsistent. Those are the same. She's the one we thought we needed, that she's gonna make sense. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, she's probably, she's pretty key, but I don't think they changed her menu a little bit.
Yeah. Down here, not much to here on our proposed.
It was 14.
So, I mean, that's different than what he just listed here, so I'm saying, and he didn't change this one. And so he didn't mention anything about it up here. I mean, you put back and start playing some numbers to make it match here.
Yeah, that is a data collector function. It shows up on this part, as far as wages, but
Yeah.
it's a different amount than what it shows.
Take it out, save it. Is that Pat has something for us here?
I thought Chad said he had something for us. So I'll forward the Nathan's email, we really need to get cranking on that, the county coordinator position, so hopefully we can use one of those templates or something like that and have Pat.
Yep.
We start drafting something up on it.
Well, my goal was October first to have it posted, or started.
I think if you're going earlier than that, but I mean, that's, I was hoping here in the next couple of weeks we can get something up and,
Well, that's, within a week, yeah.
yeah, I mean.
That's, I'm calling that my outside limits.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not saying, well, I'd like to, and I definitely, I mean, that's the absolute latest the one you left in is what he actually submitted to us.
Yeah.
Now he's got something different.
Yeah, no, he also has Dan Hyde,
Yeah.
which that was he's been doing stuff with Roger on the GIS side,
Yes.
but I was hearing good things about him, so I don't know, I think he's just part-time though, I know that.
Didn't say anything about he's a senior, I believe, so he's got one more year to finish it.
Yeah, I think he's up at North Missouri State.
That's right, yeah.
He is.
Yeah, we do have some say on that one, so.
Interesting, he has to, some stuff that we do. They would just make up their own how they wanna run that department. They want to charge you if they don't wanna be charged.
How many parcels do you know, how many parcels we have?
Shoot, I did.
Cause I guess I really never approached it that way till I was talking to Norman Plager and, Brown County. That's kinda how they base what they pay their appraisers, how many parcels they got to value at.
And they also do that for, gosh, it's in the umpteen thousand. Somebody calculated that because, who was I talking with? They had looked into what counties do that share
Oh,
appraisers, and that's kind of like a rule of thumb is how many parcels you have to kind of be that dividing line as far as a part-time appraiser. I forgot how many parcels, that never did come up. That was into in budget season, I'm trying to think what that number was. We were at the threshold where it was most were doing part-time. I think Donovan County's doing it part-time. They're outsourcing or doing something part-time right now, but I think they're
still searching for it, I don't think that they hired somebody going for like full time.
Yeah, they're still searching on that.
I think so, because, see, I think they're paying their part-time guys $500 a day.
Okay. Okay. I think Jefferson hired.
They hired them. They would have more parcels, probably.
Jackson County ever hired?
I think so.
They did, okay. Because he was doing stuff, Larry Reynolds was doing stuff.
I think they got some.
Bragg County does too.
Huh?
Bragg County is a full time.
They would pay a lot, maybe 40-some. Well, I'm just kidding. I can't remember, he said 6,000 or 8,000 parcels, something like that.
Well, we're well over that, I think we're about double or something. I thought, and I don't know that was the number, who calculated that, but I think it was 15,000 parcels or something like that. I know we were close, it seemed like we were close to kind of that rule of thumb. Maybe Dave
Well,
will check.
we'd have a lot more businesses.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of industrial, commercial properties that.
Well, in residential, you see there are 10,000 population, we're only 17.
Mhm.
So you take all that into play. They have is the biggest industrial city.
Absolutely, doesn't have anything for us specifically. Well, he's open back to this stuff. Trying to think if there's anything else in solid waste. Wish Chase was here, cause he was taking notes, so I didn't take any notes on the meeting. Trying to think if there's anything else that's very specific.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that first, we'll have to go back, well, we have to have Tom Bay. Each one's gonna have a little bit different wording, I'm guessing. The 41% is gonna be consistent.
Yeah, there were minor tweaks and stuff like that, like as far as the dollar amounts and, as far as like going more like the dollar amounts instead of percent, I mean, it sounded like, the consensus of the committee, like just request that dollar amount that you want, it's based on that 41%, but just strictly go off the dollar amount. There was some verbiage, I think there was, in the resolution, that there was, a question about, I think it's like section 3, in there, it talked about reasonable, like, it's something like, it's basically like the county will charge like reasonable, fees, and Derek had brought up the question, like, well, what is reasonable, or something like, because it's something like major change, the system, like, that kind of whole discussion, it's like, well, something major would be like, oil skyrocketed to $200 a barrel, or, then the game changes drastically, so, I mean, I think, they were kind of concerned about that, I think Trey wasn't as concerned about this for that verbiage, I think it's still just a gentleman's agreement, so. There was questions like if we need the agreement in place, if we're gonna be, because we'll be back, renegotiating, or we'll have to be revisiting it within a year anyways, there was some questions about that, like, do we need it, do we not need it in place, and there was discussion, there's public.
I didn't know, go ahead and just execute it, and have it done with for a year, and make the necessary changes, and we'll revisit it at a spring summit or something, and.
There was talk about maybe having, and I don't know if it was necessarily that, but having, I think maybe there was, maybe having another, the city of Aston, we talked about earlier this year, but doing something with them here before too long, I think.
Yeah, well.
There was talking about maybe in October, sometime, maybe trying to get something.
We got 3 or 4 things, we just need to kind of just sit down and do some long-term planning and discussing all this stuff.
That was pretty much about it, we just, the way we're presenting it to any of the cities so far, it's just, we wanna have this agreement in place, by first week, first part of October, we wanna have this thing done, so we've asked for any suggestions, changes, anything that they wanted, we haven't necessarily been asked to make a decision that night on the spot, but we expect.
I said, we're really at the will of AT&T, and they can't give me a D-Day yet, because I think their engineers are still working on the plans of how they're gonna get it here.
On this one? No, yeah, we got, you get a.
Okay, you're environment is through Trend Micro.
Yes,
Okay, you're happy with it?
absolutely.
You guys all agree on all this, because the last guy I went to with Texas Trend Micro, and,
I'll tell you what I told Wes this morning, Trend Micro says CJ Foods $250,000 because of their advanced notifications. I got an email on my personal cell phone at night because we have an infected computer, and I was able to isolate and save a company-wide blackout.
well, my computer got, with Trend Micro, twice got infected, and since I'm down north, I have
we have Norton at some of our outlying sites, in Norton 360. In the past, it's been a memory hog, and it's pretty hard on the processor also. And a lot of these remote sites aren't up to par as they should be with computer and hardware. So I think this is the best solution for what we have.
Okay, that's all I'm just trying to, I'm not guaranteed, you won't take long to put me in my place on what I know about computers. I mean,
No. Trend Micro has a lot of cool features that make it easy from an administrative point as well as an end user point. There's nothing that the end user has to do.
And here again, you're talking about, I mean, mine is for personal computer, you're talking, I mean, maybe they got.
Yeah, that's something we install on the server, and then it talks to each computer in the network, and it checks to make sure the definitions are up to date, and it checks to make sure it completes its last scan, and, it's really the best for an end user point of view.
Really, it's not that bad a price for that many.
No, we left out, we talked to a couple other different people, and we talked to AOS. AOS and Trend Micro directly, and CDW was able to offer us a great cost savings because they're growing up our business pretty hard, so.
Well, I just had to ask a couple questions
Oh.
and share, so I'm still learning, so.
So we only have I guess we have more than 86.
We have 49 current, and their price is a renewal, and the other are price is an upgrade.
Yeah, is this something that's gonna come out of?
IT.
Strictly IT.
Yep.
Okay, we'll do something out of each of the.
There you go. Adjust the price of the copier.
I mean, those are things as we move ahead into our county systems and stuff, I mean, hopefully it'll be easier to track and stuff. If IT's gonna absorb all that, it'd be kind of nice for us to know, you know, when we're doing budgets and.
That's the ideal way to do it anyways, because like ours was expired July 31st.
You know.
And I think Pauline had managed it previously, and we didn't get a renewal notice, because her email account that she had signed up with is no longer active. And
Yeah.
so this way we can be proactive when it comes up for renewal and plan for it.
Well, I agree it's in the right hands there now, not, you know, hold it good.
No.
You got, yeah, but you guys can keep more updated on stuff, so.
Do you have your AV thing figured out this morning?
Well, sort of, but you can talk to people, I never have to.
I showed up and there was a podium, and I didn't want to barge in, so. We better just wait.
So have you guys, so have you had any success, like, with AT&T, like, trying to get them firmed up on?
No, we haven't, and I'm reaching out to, I'm gonna try to get ahold of somebody different, maybe try to go a little higher up the chain. They're pretty firm on their structure, their response structure. I mean, they will tell you have to talk to your rep on something like this.
How high would you like to go?
I'm gonna talk to, they just put fiber in up at Burn where I used to work, and they got an engineer up site right now. And I'm gonna talk to him and see if I can get some contact information, because that's really the department that I need to talk to. I don't need to talk to the sales team, because they've already sold it. I need to talk to the engineers and find out where they're at in the design phases to get it here. And so I'm gonna see if he can point me in the right direction, somebody to talk to.
Could you get them, tell them I'd be a little better cell service out around the school too while you're at it?
You have AT&T out there?
No, well, for what it's worth.
I saw it worked fine in Muskogee yesterday, I even had 4.
In Muskogee, you're fine, but you go north of Muskogee, you're in and out of service all the way to Horton.
Yep.
I can move, and I'm 2 miles north of Muskogee, and I can, at different parts of my house, I have service. I can sit there and be talking, and they would just die.
I had 4G out there, even, I was surprised.
Well, they just put a tower up right there, right when you curve towards Whiting, north of Muskogee. Once you follow on over.
But yeah, that's that's Wi-Fi.
Is that, okay.
That's another issue we're gonna be talking about.
That's Wi-Fi for airplanes, right?
Yeah, but they will be putting they're gonna be selling spots for cell towers too. Cell antennas and whatever.
Good.
Okay, you just gotta stay on top of them, maybe you
Yeah.
need to.
Oh,
We're getting to the time of the year where it does slow everything down.
I'm calling and I'm emailing, multiple times a week, trying to, I just want a date. I mean, if they can give me a date so I can give an educated response, and when somebody asks me when it's gonna happen, that's really what I want. I mean,
We know somebody at the state level, we know somebody that's pretty high up that is from Ashland that could probably help us, that's much, probably bigger slider than what you think. But
Okay.
I don't wanna push that button, Terry Bolt, I don't know if you guys, know Terry.
Okay, well, let me see if this engineer points me on lead, and then, if that doesn't help at all, then I just want some kind of answer, so we can move down. We've had AOS on site for the last 3 days, getting all the groundwork done for the configurations and everything, and they're pretty much to the point where they can't do any more work until AT&T's done, so.
That's for the phone,
Yeah.
phone system.
Yeah,
Make this thing work, we're gonna have 2-3 people say, you spent $100,000 for these phones?
that's the greatest thing about doing it through AEOS, and it's turnkey, and if we're not happy with it, we don't pay for it. And so they take it back, so.
Well, I just tried to explain to them that it all works like we're upgrading the servers and stuff like that. And I said after 5 years, and then we'll be saving $25,000-30,000 a year versus depending on the upgrades and everything, we'll still be saving, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you guys have anything else for me?
No, thank
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
This is what I like, even those connectors there.
Yes, Roger.
Do you have a second? I can ask you a question.
You can always ask a question.
Second?
Okay.
You're a heck of a
fast.
fast talker, aren't you?
Well, not quite. Well, let's talk a New York second.
Okay.
A Texas.
That's a law.
I have had a request from the technician, the engineering technician at the city of Atchison, for our updated aerial photography from the assessor's office or the appraiser's office for the 2012 photos. And
Larry Meyer, calling 8202.
sorry. As any situation where I am asked for information that might be considered county ownership or proprietary, I traditionally always go to Jim with the question and say, what's our policy here? What would you suggest? Where do we give it away? In many cases, if they're looking for small chunks of things, we graciously say, sure, not a problem. When we start talking about our shape files, we're a little more stingy. We give them away to state agencies who ask for them with the provision that they don't just share those freely with everyone else without our information. In this case, they're asking for us to lump together the photos that make up, the city of Ashton. Obviously, they're not interested in all the photos, but they would like to get that chunked together so that they could use that in updating and working with the projects they're doing. In his response, he said, well, in previous years, Tony has given it to him. Now, what I gleaned from dealing with Jim on it is that in previous years, we had gotten a share sometimes from them. When we did those photos, they paid a portion of it to upgrade what was going on. In 2012, we did not. And so, I want to know what your stance would be on whether or not I would be permitted to give that away. And certainly, at the very minimum, if we do that, we should be talking to them about sharing in our 2014 upgrade that we're going to want to do, our 14, 15, 16 upgrade that we're going to want to do.
Mm-hmm. No, we did use 911 funds for that aerial imagery. I do know that. So that's that's generated by that's basically countywide. I mean that is a countywide use tax. So I guess how much time is it going to take off of you? I mean to generate this.
It's not a time-consuming issue for me. I'm talking maybe an hour, so it's not a big deal. I just don't want to give it away without your permission. It's one of those things that I'd rather converse with you now than after the fact have somebody say, wait a minute, what do we do here?
knowing that.
Same
Again,
with me,
I
they
don't
don't
know,
mind.
if it's not, you know, the 911 funds, yeah, I don't,
Okay.
I don't think from a ethical standpoint, I could sit here and think, you know, try to jam something to that. But I think this is where it starts to open our dialogue with whether we need to be, you know, trying to talk to the city and, you know, sharing a GIS position, you know, to help that can work both for the county and the, you know, stuff too. I'm not trying to kick you
Oh,
out.
no, no, no,
I mean,
no, no,
supplement
no.
you, you know what I'm saying?
I fully understand what you're saying.
So,
It's one more negotiation issue for you, and,
Yeah.
knowing what I'm gonna do, you can use that issue a little better.
Mhm. I mean, are you doing a lot of stuff with them currently, I mean?
You know what, we trade something back and forth on a regular basis, just because it's beneficial for us and it's beneficial to them when things come up in any level. If I'm dealing with Chase downstairs and he's asking questions about solid waste, I say, hey, I know this data is there. When I make phone calls, they help us out.
No.
They're always nice about doing it. I have never had a problem.
you have my blessing.
Okay. They've always been nice to me, and I do call quite often and get something from someone because I worked there for enough years that I know where a lot of those things are hidden. And I don't mean intentionally hidden, I just mean, you know, they found their way and over a few years, a lot of people just don't know what's there anymore. So sometimes we go get them.
Mhm.
They've been nice to me, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been very willing to share that.
Yeah, 'cause there was an update, it was, we used 911 funds because of, emergency response and joint communications. We had 2008 aerial imagery, I don't know if you ever saw it, but there were some issues with 2008 aerial imagery that was.
I got in just as you was doing the latest one.
Yeah, and that's when we did that mass bid with, oh gosh darn it, not OCAM.
Yeah, it was what's in the five.
Merck, no, it was
Yeah.
Mid-America.
Mid-America, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
And that's what, this group was with Mark. And it's Mark that I've been dealing with. Stephen Marsh is the
Yeah.
individual's name with Mark, Mid-America Regional Council. It's, when I worked for Leavenworth, we were in Mark's district, Ashton, and Mocan area, so it was just a little different,
Okay.
yeah. Okay? That's it. That was,
Yeah, I'm fine with this
that's
because
a
it was
simple
generated
situation.
land and cell phone use, you know, tax that's generated, so that'd be everybody within Ashton County that would be paying that.
Not a problem.
So.
Thank you.
I need to go to the county attorney's office and get a complaint filed. So,
Is it against us?
no.
No, that's you.
Now you know, cat's out of the bag.
I will be back.
He said,
Yeah.
George Press is down with that farm beer, I had a huge farm beer board bands and stuff going on down state fair. He come by and asked me to stand for a little bit. We just did it briefly. He was coming back. Wichita, so,
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Oh, wow, yeah, you can tell he's good. Is this
Oh, solid waste.
and meat.
We can head over because that way Pat's got some stuff. He came in he missed the first half hour or so, plus I think Chase, I don't know where Chase was at, but Chase was there too. I don't think Matt was there.
I think, was it the total committee, or was it just the,
It wasn't the full committee, but,
it was at least the executive committee?
I think 7 or 8 of us was in full. I think everybody pretty much, yeah, we thought we probably the best meeting we ever.
I think we're making progress, I really
Yeah.
think we're making progress.
It's always tough, I think.
Transition is always tough,
Mm-hmm.
but I think as we all learn, as I have even on this, you learn some things that you were misinformed or assumed on some things. And acknowledge you, maybe makes you stronger in some areas, but you acknowledge you on others, and I think that's what happened in the solid waste committee. We stirred up a little bit of hornet's nest, but at the same time, after we found out we weren't hurting queen bee, and we settled down a little bit, so.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate what the reverend said in terms of what, I mean, some of that's coming down to five functions, so it's, they'll end up being a Supreme Court ruling, won't allow for exemption status or something, you know, it's I know exactly what he's feeling, because our church just got notified that they reappraised our church, and it's an old building that's, $700,000, and so now the premium's going up 30%.
You guys want me to go ahead and turn this camera off?
Turn it off? No.
No, we're still in open session,
We're-
so I think Chase is around, he'll probably come back, and I assume Pat, I think everybody else is.
Yeah, we're not ready to kick you out.
No, okay, no, you guys are talking, I didn't want, you know.
Yeah, no, this is all, I mean, that's all open public stuff, so, we're not talking about anything that's, shouldn't be public.
This is interesting, I was just looking at the Martins, since May 25th through August 26th. So, maybe the last 4 months this is the roll-offs. So we've dumped from the lake 32 times our last 4 months versus Effingham 23. Difference of 9.
Yeah, and part of it is partly the non-compacting, you know, they don't, there's not, but I mean, they probably could dump less there, but I'm not gonna put a backhoe up there. Word must be getting out about that. Few people tell me directly and indirectly, they'll do away with my dumpster.
Yeah, but sooner or later, that's quite a money right there, that's,
What's $135, $140 a pop?
yeah, those bills for a little over $12,000, that's,
I did get a call, just to go on record from Austin, but he was a little concerned, you know, when Chase got the bid from Defenwall, the offer of Defenwall said they would take the recyclables for $140. And, you know, we give Chase, told him to contact Martin and give them a chance, and they bid $255. Well, Austin's concern really was that, they opened their bid and then told them, you know, I explained to him,
No.
we had the bid from Defenwall first,
yeah,
and specifically told him to give Martin's a chance
absolutely.
at that. And so I think he felt a little better about it after that. That's why I double checked you with that, with you on that text, because it was, thought that I was right on that.
Yeah, because it was even different, was it different size containers too? Wasn't it
No.
like a 30?
No.
Okay.
I think when he questioned why they could do it was, he priced what a deal like that was covering, and of course, he was trying to figure, you know, I think we're covering his investment a bit sooner. He said about $6,000 for one was covered or something. No, I tried to explain to him that that was all they had, nothing, that was actually giving them the benefit of the doubt, trying to match or prepare.
Then I got some stuff from Nathan Everline
No, okay.
for, county coordinator descriptions.
All that stuff.
All these are,
Oh,
those are all from, that's what, Nathan, so we could send back to him. He offered, we just want to send it back to him, you know, just kind of so he can think over and make some suggestions or changes, which I'm fine with. I mean, I think he said he did quite a few, when he was at League, he did quite a few, like, executive searches and stuff like that.
there is an actual county coordinator.
Yeah, he has a Wilson, I'm not sure where it's at.
Yep. Well, at this point, I'd like to use that.
We're trying to get going on that as far as drafting up the duties and everything, get that, because that'll take a while, I know that. I don't see any activity of
So he sent this to you, or he sent it to you in email.
Yeah, yeah.
We should just forward and say.
Okay.
From half an hour, just print them off if I can.
Okay,
And
okay.
save you that, and then maybe Bill might have time to read it and fix the future people are good enough. That way I would make offers of copies and you'll have them. Oh.
Then Josh, on that desk, there should be credit card receipt attached to, credit card billing statement. That needs to go out with payments. That's from last month. Or as fair. I found that receipt that I had. So it just needs to have a expense report on that, off commission. For gas. I forgot we were going to send them a thank you card, I don't think we ever did, to Lewis. No, I had to get gas, I had to get gas, Bill and I stopped getting gas before we went out too. So we were gonna make it through the parade and back.
too.
It's a pretty big customer.
Yep. He probably figured they need to do something so they could monitor their, the budget show was something, you know, I don't know what the revenue structure is, but we have more to do with the projected revenues for some reason it's high.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard
Because
anything
they,
more. I don't think I've heard any more as far as suggestions on how to proceed with that.
oh, we don't have any feedback, I'm just anxious to see if they got, you know, if they got something down in the trade show down at the, our conference, we can do a little more visiting, maybe I actually wouldn't mind seeing a little bit how, an example, how it works, because if it, like I've said many times, if it has any similarities to what our farm management program is, where everything is categorized with a coding system of some sort. And then so that we, with passwords, commissioners can access it without having to wait for a written report on board. Because I haven't even got ours, our mandatory master by any means, but I can pull out about just any kind of report or something that you want, as long as I got it coded in the first time right. I tell you that penny wise sounds on things. Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it would eliminate a lot of duplication, a lot of multiple entry, and I still don't understand the dual balances or fund. I don't understand the dual role of the.
Seconds to 10 minutes to bring up one parcel record. And we review parcel data many times on a parcel within a year. Because when we do land studies, when we do depreciation studies, when we do the re-list, then we do the final review. So we're in that parcel constantly. So every time we're in it, the longer it takes to go in and out, the farther behind we become. And I got it calculated that the final review program takes the longest to go in and out of a parcel. And it has done this before in the past, taken as much as 5 minutes to go in and out of one parcel. We wouldn't be able to complete final review in a 3 month period. And that's using 2.5 of the two big values.
Where are you accessing? Are you accessing the KU geological survey? It's not the.
We're having TBD and Fika.
Oh, they're pretty broad. I mean,
Well,
they are slower.
We've
than-
had
I know that.
a fast speed at one time. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's within our house here or what, but I waited 10 minutes one time on one parcel. Of course, I did some other things, but not everybody can do that.
I know the general parcel search that we get on the website, I can get on some fast connection speeds and it is slow. I mean, it takes two, you got two speeds, you got your connection speed going out, and you got to retrieve the data and have it coming back. I mean, it could be part of PVD. PVD's had some issues with
I've checked with them many times, they've checked our speed, sometimes, yes, it is slow, but
Okay. Our network upgrade, you know, and it was at the suggestion, I remember earlier this year with Wes and Kyle to kind of get that process going, you know, we know.
I thought we were gonna get it earlier this year, so.
Well, and I think the intent is still to get that fiber network up and going here, hopefully within the next 30 days, but they've been working to try and get a hold of AT&T to get a definite time frame. The problem with big service providers like that, they don't give you a definite day. You know, you'll be up and going by this day. It just doesn't work that fast. The other part was, we probably drug it on a little too long as a commission to get it going as well.
Anyway, I put it in writing, so you have my opinions on those things.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to meet with me again about any of those topics, feel free to. I've got some deadlines I'm having troubles with, I gotta keep moving.
Well, I think we can still authorize this because as long as this matches the budget, we can. Hopefully Bill will be back and so we also have input into.
Oh, absolutely,
He
absolutely.
should be, we're hoping to be back maybe the last week in September. I think
Yeah.
he's hoping maybe 2 weeks.
Possibly 2 weeks, maybe.
Two, not much.
At the earliest.
You know, the comments I did on employees like Dan is part GIS, you know, he's graduating from colleges this spring in GIS, and I think he would be a great one to good coordination between us and the city, to be honest with you. Seth is the one that took Helen's job, and he seems to be working out just fine. So that's who have been names and faces together there for you. But if you've got some time, Kobe would like to talk to you about him. I don't know that I need to be here. I've got some deadlines I have to meet, so
Okay.
if you excuse me, I'll let him cover that. Appreciate it, thank you.
I wasn't here, did you pass the resolution for me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It was in the last minutes.
Oh, I am hired, thank you.
Last week.
Would it be possible to talk to you guys in a closed session?
Okay.
Yes, he's, an elected person.
Okay. So how long how many time do you think we need?
I would say 10-15 minutes.
Oh.
15 minutes, okay.
At the most 15.
Okay, it's about 15 minutes.
It might not even take that long.
Okay.
754319 B1.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll second that. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
We'll need her.
Do you have a preference or?
No, I mean,
I have a PO for solid waste, it's for, $3,808.49 for asphalt. And that was with that comes out of grant money, our household hazardous waste.
How long will it take them to get that reimbursed?
I've already got it.
Oh, good.
They sent me, I believe it's 80% of it, I got check for $14,000. And when I turn in all of this, the rest of it. The next one is for solid waste out at Effingham, the, 1-year contract for the porta potty out there. It's, $1,229.80. Yeah, I know we talked about that last year, and I checked around, and that was the cheapest place we could get one. And the last one here is from solid waste, it's from Schwab Eaton. It's, $3,075. It's for, it's for an operating plan, and then also Chris Cox met with the KDHE official out there to review the, CD landfill disposal area.
Does that bring us up then to snuff on meet the hazardous, household
Yeah.
hazardous thing too, that, because I know we have that plan.
Yeah, I've got it right here, I was gonna give, a copy and,
Do we have a copy of the original contract we have with them? Is that all supposed to be like within the scope of services like that, or?
Is this additional, is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm asking, like, what exactly do we have for a contract with them?
when he met with the KDG official, that was, as part of the contract, the, household hazardous waste was additional.
So the original scope, the original contract, we know what the scope of services and, cause what is that? like
Yeah, he's
4
been
years
working-
ago, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, he's still working on that plot plan, has never,
We paid for all that, or, I guess I'm trying to figure out what's,
no, we haven't paid for all, I'll have to look at the contract, see exactly how much we paid for, we have paid for. But it was I can't remember the exact figure, but it was a pretty big chunk of money.
yeah, the other question, at the solid waste meeting is, do we need to have an engineer like this to do these plans? I guess that was the other question that was asked.
I don't know that it's actually have to have an engineer to do it.
2,075. Suggestions?
I think you're kind of hard to buffer off on that one because of knowing that we have to have that plan through before it finalizes the grant and certify us to handle household hazardous waste stuff.
Yeah. We probably need, we need to get a copy of that contract and just kind of review and see what.
Yeah, I know, you'll probably wanna read it before you sign it, but, this is a copy of the operating plan. For household hazardous waste, that's gonna be our operating plan. Towards the back, it's just got a place for county officials to sign it. But this is the end product. And I was gonna give a copy to Chase also. Do you want me to give a copy of this to Pat, or? And I'll probably just check in with the other.
Jason's here.
Oh, okay, I didn't even see. I'll just check in with them next week and, after you've had time to review it.
Good. Joe, what do you have for us?
Two things. One, Memorial Hall, the London project's going to start on the 23rd of this month. We'll have the steel here on the 24th and proceed until the day. Then the other is about the accessibility review. There was a question about where we are with it, what you want to do about it.
They probably aren't aware. I had emailed, Joe just because, just going over old notes, where were we on that project? So we had discussed it. You remember, go ahead, Tom.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
about the first of the year, I went out and I got some estimates from some architects to do a accessibility review. During that time, the city manager was here and said, something about they were going to do the same thing and do it together. And I haven't heard anything since, but if there hasn't been anything done at the time, I think we should go ahead and do it because it's, to me, it's a little bit of liability if you don't have that in place where you're, working towards your plan to get those efficiencies corrected. The last one was done in 2007, so a lot of things have changed, and we've updated a lot of the ADA requirements. But there are still going to be some out, and there's probably some new ones that happened since the last one we studied. But I don't think we should actually wait on the city to do it. But
And so where are they at with their, if they had a board that was, put in place,
I don't have any idea.
okay. So have we officially talked with them at all, or?
Not up there that day, it was, the city was going to take it over and do it, so I have not.
Well, I think they said that they were starting up a board. I know that they were starting up based on their lawsuits that they had with them. I think they were creating a board and.
But that board is for them, because that's part of their settlement, was to do that. But for us, we don't need a board, we don't need any of that, because we're not in trouble. I think we're still in compliance, but I think we're on the border of it, because like I said, last one was done in 2007.
Mhm.
So I'm sure that there's a lot of, well, I know a lot of things have changed. We put in an elevator, now it's compliant, and more all pretty well compliant. We put in signage and a ton of stuff at the courthouse to bring us into compliance.
That's 2 new doors. Into the sheriff's office, there's 2 new doors.
Yeah, and that there wasn't part of the deficiencies, but that does help us with ADA, you know, those things that we have done to bring us in, but the way I understand the law, but you know, it's hard to get anybody to tell you straight of it, but I think you have to have a plan in place where you've reviewed your deficiencies by somebody that's knowledgeable of it, and then you've got in place your plan of action. And right now, we don't have that.
Okay.
So, you know, the city has went quite a while, so, I mean, it's up to you guys, whatever you want to do. I can either wait for the city, or I can check out the low estimates, see if they're still willing to do it for that, they are, and bring that back to you.
Well, that at least would have to be bid out regardless. I mean that, you know, because that was just one architect that did that. Is that correct? Mark Lee?
No, I went out and I got Mark Lee and 2 others.
Okay.
Reed Graves and then another person.
Sure.
To give me, I've got them out here, the estimate, or their proposals. And I presented them to you that day, but I don't know, Mark Lee, he was the low, if I remember. And he's the one that originally did this one.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
What you're just saying is what that bid is, you know, because those things are older than 60 days.
Right, and
There's a lot of times
proposals.
the contracts that only last, or the proposal only lasts for 60 days.
Yeah, I still have them, but I don't know that they're, if Mark Lee was willing to do it for that same amount, then I feel that would be good enough. We're going to have to back out and get 3 more estimates.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't think anything's going to
Right.
price.
See where, I think we should at least check with the city, that we should officially check with them to see
I
where
can
they're
do
at
that
with
here
that.
this next week and find out for sure, otherwise I think, yes, we need to proceed. I'm just looking here, seeing what line item we'd have to probably take that out, we'd probably have to come out courthouse general contractual. Something like that. And will you make contact with them or something?
Yeah, I'll contact them.
Okay, so I'll just wait till next week.
Let's shoot for next Tuesday, come up here, we'll try to have a definite answer on that, and then you see what they say, those bidders say on that, or, you know, what the low bid, I think that's really the only one you need to contact.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't be fair to go to ask the others, because then they want to change it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Sure, Jim, we had somebody come in and interview you. What's that?
Whenever is this a public session, Tom?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Joseph Hanson, pastor of Carroll Baptist Church here in Atchison.
Okay.
And my statements have to do with the solid waste assessment and an appeal that we made that I had not heard back from the county on. We spoke with Mr. Burdick this morning.
Okay.
I'd like to present our appeal for your consideration as well.
Okay.
Jeff, what was your last name?
Hanson, Hansen, Carroll Baptist Church. Would you like a copy of this as well?
Sure.
Any motion to,
Go into here, the field here.
appeal hearing?
So,
I second that. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carries 2-0. Okay.
Probably have to.
Another copy if you like.
I'll take some.
what was your, you don't say to, what was your assessment fee? 61?
No, it would've been
It was
reduced.
halved.
Half.
I think we notified in maybe April or so.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of them have, right, is that right, Jason? All of them have.
Yeah.
All-
Except for two.
Except for two,
Hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have been treated the same as everyone else?
Well, I don't know how others have been treated.
They were all treated, just cut in half, we just did this.
And for that, we're appreciative. But I guess a couple of points I'd like to raise here is that we really did not receive, to our knowledge, any kind of personal response for the appeal that was made. We did receive the assessment, the bill, the fee, whatever it's called. And, without having dealt with what I thought were the substantive issues of our appeal, which is, for one thing, as a church, a regular religious institution, and that this is in fact a replacement tax, a replacement for the tax, of which we would not be responsible.
Supplemental.
Okay. But, it seems, we suddenly were faced with, an expense that we had not been under the previous situation, and I felt that our congregation feels that we are, being subjected to a form of a financial liability that wouldn't be required of any other level of government, state or federal. And, the municipality, and the county, I think there needs to be consistency, because this relates very much to the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. And the power to tax is the power to control and also the power to destroy. And all you have to do is watch and see if somebody doesn't pay their taxes for an extended period of time, and then the powers become very evident who is in control. I feel that houses of worship such as ours should be exempt from this fee, because it is plainly a replacement tax, it seems to me, by the study that's mentioned here in our field.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it replacement, it was just supplemental due to, little discrepancy in how the tax was being withheld. Maybe
Supplemental to what?
Supplemental to the sales tax.
And how much would churches be responsible to pay of sales tax?
Well, under the law, they're exempt.
Big zero on sales
And if they
tax.
pay zero property tax, do you pay utility fees?
Yes.
Okay. Would you consider trash utility?
Oh, I don't know, well, semantics.
And that's kind of where it gets down to. I mean, it's very similar to like a franchise fee that is typically paid by, and generally, like, nobody's exempt from those, you know, for state statute and federal as well, or municipalities for that.
Well, if we make trash, I think we have to pay a fair share. That, I'm in agreement on that point. I just get concerned when taxation type of structures start to become applied to churches, and many local government cities are cash strapped and looking for extra sources of revenue. And it is an increasing trend that churches are being looked upon for that, needed revenue. And,
I don't think that was our intention in the main. We wanted to make sure it was consistent. I mean, when we first came, that was our recommendation, even before the other appeals came, was that we were gonna cut all the churches in half, knowing that the church building itself was really not that much of a trash generator, but parsonage is work. And that's what we was gonna try to look at if we were gonna go down that road. Now, if the current situation, if that goes, the assessment will not, we haven't officially appealed, but there will not be an assessment next year. If all the we're working on interlocal agreements between the cities to know for sure how much of the sales tax, most of these cities are not required to turn in for their sales tax money back over to us by law because of the way it was voted on. So we're not getting the full amount of sales tax to cover the total cost of what it was intended for without an interlocal agreement. It's a pretty long, complicated situation. I studied this and been down it, and what you're hearing is a whole lot different than what is actually happening and what people don't understand. If we only used what the county gets, we could hardly even fund solid waste, let alone joint communications. And that's what the sales tax money was to fund. And without an interlocal agreement binding the cities to give us a certain amount, we can't even begin to make a budget, in all fairness to us, knowing we can come up with a $500,000 to $600,000 shortfall real quick if they decide they don't want to give us their share of money.
okay, well, I can appreciate that it's a financial problem, like I serve on some boards myself, and those are the issues that we have to solve as board members. What I'm not hearing is a fundamental issue being addressed, and that is a tax from being levied upon local churches. And where does that stop? Once begun, if you call a tax a fee, is it okay then? And can you do virtually anything under that nomenclature?
There's restrictions, I know that, but that's gonna be, you know, federal and state statutory, you know, local government units like ourselves can't create our own new tax without, you know, having authorization through their, you know, the higher levels of government we go through. And what the fee structure of this tax or franchise fee, however you want to call it, solid waste fee assessment, was designed as it was something strictly outside of ad valorem or outside of like sales tax. And it's something that, you know, this type of fee structure has been around for, I can't tell you what the creation or how it came about, but I know specifically like in the state of Kansas, when it comes to the solid waste fees, is that something that's been in statute, you know, for quite a few decades at least.
Most counties use a solid waste assessment and or a tipping fee, a combination or one or the other. We're one of the very few that operate on that sales tax issue as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Well, as to a point you raised a moment ago, this is local, municipal versus, you know, federal or state. You know, our Constitution exists so our rights are protected at local levels. So it does us no good if we have a First Amendment, you know, under glass in Washington. But if it doesn't make a difference in how things happen right in our hometown, then it's worthless. And my point is that this really does seem to be an infringement. And I'm concerned about that because there is increasing momentum going this direction. And as a pastor, I'm concerned for churches that are already operating at very slim margins just to exist and to do their work of charitable and religious work. And I realize that money is tight in a lot of places, but I want to urge the commission not to go down that road with churches. And I appreciate the fact that this may be changed as in the calendar year. I know things move sometimes slowly in these cases.
Well, in all honesty, I mean, it's pending, yeah, we've all addressed this, I mean, we're ready to, once we get all the interlocal agreements signed, we only put it into place with the understanding, and actually it was capped at $30 this year, so even if yours had been cut in half at the beginning, it would have been 15, but that was the maximum amount that we could have even imposed if we decided to go down that road.
It was, and we had, the big change was here in 2013 is we instituted a solid waste committee. And it's a collection of not just us at the county level, but we had a lot of stakeholders that were involved with it, with other governmental structures, other municipalities in the county, with local business owners, and that was based on their suggestion as far as getting away from the solid waste fee. I mean, there were some concerns, just like what you're bringing up, as far as who's assessed that charge and who isn't, especially for, exempt status. I mean, it's kind of a change, right? I think it's like something you probably didn't expect to see, I would assume, so. But, I mean, that was their suggestion going forward would be, changing the system, and you're still using a supplemented system, and so we're still using sales tax to supplement a good portion of it, but then going to like a tipping fee structure where when trash is hauled out to the transfer station, there's a tipping fee assessed at that. So it's not a solid waste fee. You get a billing statement in the mail, based off your taxing entity, your tax structure.
It's not based off the service side, it's a service that provided, so.
Okay, well, we will go ahead and pay our responsibility. We were published as with other delinquents in the newspaper last week.
Okay.
Which brought, our attention to the fact that this is an unresolved issue.
Okay.
But our communications evidently broke down somewhere between our making a big deal.
Well, I hoped you at least paid your first half, and during the appeal process, it still could have been abated. So, I mean, I lay that responsibility really on that, because all other churches I've talked to went on ahead and paid their full bill. And then when we made the rebate, they got their half of the money back, so that was a decision when we were, the board to do that, so I don't feel us totally responsible for that, but I'm with you in terms of, I'd like to get away from this assessment fee at this point, once we can get some fairness in this, local agreement, so that the sales tax is properly being used and for its true intent. It is truly not fairly distributed right now, I can guarantee you right now. So, because I live in an unincorporated area, and 100% of my sales tax, I have no control over where any municipality has a right to get a pretty good portion of their sales tax back. So my hands are locked. I mean, and my constituents and stuff, same way, about 29% of the people have no control over that. It's basically the way the sales tax thing, I mean, it basically boils down to, it's called the general use sales tax, and it operates different than one specific sales tax, like the sports complex was going on. So when you really delve in and understand this, it's so complicated and confusing that we're all still learning as we go on. But we get away from the solid waste fee, why you won't have to do it. Once the agreements are signed, hopefully, our goal was actually, in all honesty, 1st of October.
Yeah.
To have it, so hopefully watch the paper if you get the paper.
Okay.
And you'll know.
We haven't treated you any different than any of the other,
I don't imagine.
we understand what you're saying, so.
I don't feel singled out. I did feel like it was time to at least say something on
Sure.
No, I agree, I understand you, because I'm pretty active in our little church, and I've talked to some people in government who would love to put them on property tax, because our appraiser here has got it, he's got the appraised values.
Yeah, I get that every year as well.
He's doing his job.
I just wonder, what's the next shoe to drop?
Yes, I understand, and that's been a concern. And I guarantee you, when you try to get a property tax exemption for it, it's not that easy.
On a positive note, I do thank you for your time. Last
Thank you.
year, we had a issue at my home with, well, the little gravel street we live on, Home Drive. I just left a message asking, you know, whose responsibility is it to keep gravel on this road, because the ruts are getting pretty bad.
Is it county road?
It is a county road, and just outside the city limits. And,
Are you over in,
just off of
Gander Corner?
Price Boulevard, just past the.
Oh, yeah.
Well, within a week, trucks were out and putting down gravel and smoothing it. I mean, I didn't know what came of my message, but that's what happened in a week, so appreciate the quick action on that.
Well,
Thanks
yeah,
very much.
some things happen faster than others.
Thank
you.
Thank you for coming out.
Move we close appeals hearing.
I'll second that. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Carried 2-0. Jim, what do you guys have for us?
Three topics, basically, Kobe would like to have some other time to discuss his goals and desires. But I also have a couple other things here that I'd like to cover with you. I think this is the budget you guys approve. I just need a signed copy to send to PBD. But you need to check that before you sign it. I have a copy in here, but I will give it to you so you know what you're signing. No, before this month is up.
Okay.
This is got going with the compliance stuff, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff I got to do on that yet. But based on that, I still have my recommendation as far as salary for next year on, and I just want to bring your attention to a couple comments on the salary. And then the other topic that I have on here is the internet speed. At the present speed that we have, our office is going to have trouble meeting the deadlines, basically, to be honest with you. And that's on the third page, on the internet section. We have, it's been anywhere from 20
And because of the way it was worded, they could have done about anything else they wanted to.
Yeah, there was something else on the.
Corporate farming was
That's what it was, yeah.
Corporate farming is what?
corporate farming was one of the issues on the, they were gonna go ahead and re-talk about, so. What they're really doing now is they're trying to make it easy, so it's harder for people to question them on what they're doing. So they'll do something and go home for 8 months and nobody knows what hit them.
Okay, so we need an executive session, what do you think, like 25 minutes?
Yeah,
20 minutes, personnel matter, but not elected personnel. Pat has the statute.
KSA 75-4319B1.
Matt Doris, some commissioners and counselor present. So we will come out at, the 10 after.
Right about 7 after, 7 or 8
7
after.
What's more 10 after?
Can you give me that number one more time, please?
75-4319
Executive session.
B1.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Follow me, word.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You probably have a chance to read.
Not yet. We'll take it.
Yeah, we're always looking for red culvert and stuff.
Works vision, they want to- More than that, one second on Tuesday morning, September 3rd, should be September 10th.
Okay. Josh, did you catch that? There was one, underneath the bills and payroll, there's an error date on the date, Tuesday morning. So it should be September 10th. Okay.
Kristen Schultz's name is spelled out.
Typo on page, so it's on page 2, 5th paragraph. There's a misspelling. It should be Christie, not Critty. Okay.
Those two corrections, I would move we approve the minutes of Tuesday, September 3rd.
I second that. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Carried 2-0. Let's see. McDonough just has you just have a requisition.
Real quick if I may. The air conditioner upstairs on third floor for the court service officers died. And it's been a little hot, so we'd like to purchase a new air conditioner. I called Steve, and it is on sale, and it's the size and the price.
Air conditioners will get cheaper too.
Yeah.
Not particularly this season.
Yeah.
Well, they sure do on sale, how much I don't know.
That's 25,000.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Pauline has changed.
You met Josh?
Well, it's
Josh Wheeler?
Oh, yes.
She got a hand.
I honked at him yesterday when I went by.
Larry, you're calling 8202, Larry, 8202.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Matt, we'll be able to do an executive session with, Louise before you, do you have time, or are you busy?
No.
Okay, just about
You
15
want
minutes.
to go ahead and,
No, we have, I think, a little bit to talk about, so.
Yeah, so, okay. You just give us 15 minutes.
But we know you're not very wordy.
no, because I'm not long-winded at all.